we're going to cover adding HTTP in ArcGIS Monitor. You can follow along in the tutorial of the same name in the ArcGIS Monitor help. We'll start by selecting the HTTP item in the tree, right-clicking and selecting Add. Notice a new HTTP item has been added, and we'll select it and enter a name for it. I recommend to enter a name for the service or website that you're trying to monitor. In this case, we'll be monitoring the Sample World Cities service that comes with ArcGIS Server. Next, we need to select a request type. By default, it will be basic and secure with HTTP. We can optionally select the ArcGIS token request type through HTTPS, and notice it will require a token to be entered. We'll start by going through the basic and secure option and entering our HTTP item. Paste in the URL. One important note is the URL can only take one URL item at a time. Next, we need to enter a sample interval. We recommend 5-minute or 15-minute sample intervals for the HTTP counter type. And optionally, you can enter a description. I'll put in Sample World Cities there. Next, we'll click the Test button, and you'll see the response time, response code, and content length was returned. And we got a 200 return code indicating that it was successful. Next, we'll click the Save button. Next, we're going to add an HTTP item using the Secure Token option. We'll start by selecting the HTTP item, right-clicking and selecting Add. Notice the new HTTP item has been added to the list, and I'll enter a name. And this time, instead of using HTTP, I will be using HTTPS. And in the name, I will note that this is secure. For the request type, I will select ArcGIS token, and I'll paste in the URL. There we go. And I'll paste in the token. Next, we need to enter a credential, so I'll select the Add Credential button, and this will prompt me to enter an alias name, a username, and password. You can use the ArcGIS Server Administrative User and Password or the ArcGIS Server Publisher User and Password for this credential. So paste those in and click Add, and then I'll select the credential from the list, and I'll pick my sample interval as 5 minutes, and optionally I can put in a description. I'll click the Test button, and it will connect and authenticate using the token. And you can see here I'm getting response time, response code, and content length for Sample World Cities through the secure token. I'll click Save, and now every 5 minutes I'll be collecting that data through the token as well as my HTTP URL. Note that you do not need to monitor each service individually through HTTP. I recommend that you select a few representative services that represent the most important services and sites in your organization. After 5 minutes has passed, we'll log into the ArcGIS Monitor webpage, and we'll go to the Categories Web Report. Here we can view information on the HTTP counters that were collected, and we'll see here that we have response times for our Sample World Cities URL and our Sample World Cities secure URL using our token. And here we can mouse over the values and view statistics for different time periods. Thanks for watching.